Good morning. This is a scene that we woke up to from our hotel room. Beautiful, beautiful oceanside. We are in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It is a little spit of land that's just way out into the Atlantic Ocean, and it is beautiful out here. And on this November day, we are getting ready to go to Jockey's Ridge State Park.
Jockey's Ridge State Park is the biggest natural active sand dune system in the eastern United States. It is constantly changing in both shape and size. At times, the dune can get as tall as 100 feet. Scientists estimate that Jockey's Ridge contains 6 million dump trucks full of sand. If these trucks were in a line, they would stretch almost all the way around the world. It is one of the most visited state parks in North Carolina, with about 1.5 million visitors per year. Located on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, a narrow strip of land that juts way out into the Atlantic, just south of the Wright Brothers National Memorial.
The feature attraction of Jockey's Ridge State Park is the sand dune. Got a large expanse of sand dune here, and there's no real trails here. You basically get on the sand and you can walk around anywhere you like. Because of the shifting sands, it's impossible to really construct a trail per se. So he basically got a huge sand dune, a big, huge sandbox. You can play to your heart's content. There are 2 access points here to Jockey's Ridge. The main one, which is where the visitor center is, with a huge parking lot, is a path to really all these sand dunes. You can walk on the sand dunes anywhere you like. But there is a southern access, and you're kind of looking at that right now, where you come in from the south, and you can go swimming and wading in the sound water, and you see all these trees here. There's a nature trail that goes meandering in the trees. So if you want to go swimming and walking in between the trees, you go to the southern access. If you want to go to the sand dune, you go to the northern access, the main visitor center. Now, it does warn you that you better get to the southern access very early in the day, because there's very little parking on that end, and they really enforce towing and all that if you don't park properly. So if you want to go walk along the woods, you better get there early in the day.
Here are the top 6 things to do at Jockey's Ridge State Park. First, take a walk on the boardwalk from the visitor center for an easy 360-foot walk to get a glimpse of the sand dune. This is a tiny preview of what lays ahead. Second, look for the tallest point on the sand dune and head straight there. The view here is just incredible. You can see both sides of the island. The Roanoke Sound and the Atlantic Ocean. Third, take the tracks in the sand trail from the visitor center to Roanoke Sound and take in the view at water's edge. Fourth, go hang gliding. It's going to cost you a pretty penny, but it's very interesting. First, the instructor gives a history lesson on hang gliding, then the instructions on how to control the hang glider before taking you to a nearby dune to try it out. You'd never get more than 15 feet off the ground with the instructor in firm control. You get 5 tries for your money. Even little kids can experience hang gliding. Fifth, fly a kite. With constant wind, Jockey's Ridge is a fantastic place to fly a kite. Sixth, go for a swim on Roanoke Sound by the Sound Side access point.
And today, there's a ranger here. And I guess we're supposed to look for peregrine falcons.
For those with limited mobility, with a 24-hour notice, the Park Service will actually drive you to the sand dune using an all-terrain vehicle. In 1973, Carolista Baum literally stopped a bulldozer from starting construction, preparing a residential development at the base of Jockey's Ridge. Through her actions, it was declared a National Natural Landmark in 1974. The state park was established in 1975. Many legends surround the origin of the name Jockey's Ridge. The most popular is that the name of the dune is based upon the early inhabitants' practice of capturing wild ponies and racing them at the flat surface at the base of the dune. The steep sides of the ridge served as a grandstand for the spectators.
We're over here on a mid-November day. It's a bright sunny day and it's about 60 degrees with a slight breeze, not too strong of a wind. Obviously, because of the sand dune, there's no shade at all. So it's get really unrelenting sun here. And it's actually very pleasant out here when it's 60 degrees and a little breezy. I can only imagine what it's like here during the summertime when it's like 90 degrees and humid with no shade. Boy, that's got to be kind of tough. So I'm glad that we came here in November. Well, the natural comparison for us is the Great Sand Dunes National Park out in, I think in Colorado, or I think it's in Colorado. And certainly the Great Sand Dunes National Park sand dunes higher. I think those are somewhere around 500 or 700 feet tall. These are only, I say only, it's actually pretty tall, about 100 feet. And the sand over at Great Sand Dunes is much finer and drier, which makes it much more difficult to walk on. This sand is also pretty fine, but it's more compact. I'm guessing because of the moisture, because we're right next to the ocean and the sound. And so it's easier to walk on. But nonetheless, walking on sand is still a lot harder than walking on pavement or natural dirt trails.
Jockey's Ridge State Park is an excellent park to spend half a day. The sand dune is mesmerizing to look at. The views of the Atlantic and Roanoke Sound are fantastic. The hang gliding looks really fun and the kites fly easily. It is one of the most interesting state parks in North Carolina. We are on our way to visit all the national parks in the United States. Follow along by hitting the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you know when a new video is released. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and please share it with everybody that you know.